When news broke that Starbucks would shift its headquarters footprint away from Seattle, the reaction was immediate. For decades, the company and the city have been tightly linked. Starbucks wasn't just based in Seattle, it was part of Seattle's identity. So the obvious question followed: why would a company so closely tied to its hometown choose to leave? The answer is less about a single dramatic break and more about a combination of strategic, operational, and cultural shifts that have been building for years. First, it's important to clarify what leaving actually means in this context. Starbucks is not abandoning Seattle entirely. The company is restructuring how it uses its office space and where its leadership and teams are physically located. That distinction matters because what's happening is not a traditional relocation in the sense of picking up and moving everything to a new city. It's a rethinking of what a headquarters even looks like. Like many large companies, Starbucks has been reshaping its workplace strategy since the pandemic. Remote work, hybrid schedules, and distributed teams have changed the role of a central office. Instead of requiring most employees to be in one location, the company has been moving toward a model where key functions can operate across multiple hubs. In that model, maintaining a single dominant headquarters becomes less essential. There are also practical considerations. Seattle has become one of the most expensive cities in the country to operate in, particularly for office space and labor. While Starbucks built its brand there, the economics of maintaining a large, centralized presence have shifted. At the same time, other regions offer lower costs, easier access to certain talent pools, and fewer logistical constraints. Another factor is proximity to operations. Starbucks' business is no longer centered in one region. Its supply chain, retail footprint, and growth strategy are spread across the country and internationally. Distributing leadership and support functions closer to those operations can create efficiencies that a single headquarters cannot. That said, it would be overly simplistic to ignore the broader environment in Seattle. Like many major cities, it has faced challenges related to cost of living, office utilization, and urban dynamics in recent years. While companies rarely cite these issues as the sole reason for change, they contribute to the overall calculation. Decisions about where to base employees are increasingly influenced by quality of life, commute patterns, and how effectively office space is actually being used. There's also a symbolic layer to this move. For decades, a headquarters represented stability and identity. It was a physical anchor that signaled where a company belonged. That idea is weakening. Companies like Starbucks are discovering that brand identity can remain intact even as physical presence becomes more fluid. In some ways, this shift reflects a broader transition in how large organizations think about geography. What happens next is less about Starbucks specifically and more about what it signals. When a company so closely associated with a city begins to decentralize, it reinforces a trend that's already underway. Headquarters are becoming less centralized, less permanent, and less tied to a single location. For cities, that raises new questions about how to attract and retain major employers when physical presence is no longer a given. The bottom line is that Starbucks isn't leaving Seattle in the traditional sense. It's adapting to a different model, one where flexibility, cost efficiency, and proximity to operations matter more than maintaining a single dominant headquarters. The move may feel symbolic, but it's also practical, and it reflects a shift that extends well beyond one company. In that sense, the more important story isn't where Starbucks is going. It's what this says about where corporate America is heading.